Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Fred Awa, and I'm your course instructor for public administration. This week, we would be looking at the concept of administrative bureaucracy. Now, basically, the concept of administrative bureaucracy connotes every defined system which enhances the governance of the public sector in a well managed manner. A number of definitions have been attributed to the concept of bureaucracy. I have attached that as additional lesson notes for you so you can review and then you see the best that benchmarks bureaucracy in your country. However, it is important to state that the concept of bureaucracy cannot be understood holistically without identifying its features or characteristics. On this note, I want us to outline a few features or characteristics of bureaucracy. Number one, bureaucratic organizations are hierarchical or hierarchical in structure. By hierarchy, what I do mean is that to every higher office, there is a corresponding lower office, meaning that in bureaucratic organizations, we have the top down to the bottom, meaning the chief executive to the lowest. So bureaucratic organizations must be understood to mean organizations that are hierarchical in nature. Also, bureaucratic organizations are organizations that work by role assignment. So we say division of labor is a characteristic of bureaucratic organizations. What we mean by this simply is that with bureaucratic organizations, people work by specialization. So we have different departments that have unique responsibilities to perform towards achieving the goals of the bureaucratic organization. And that apart, within these specific departments that have specialized roles, individuals also have specialized trainings to perform specific objectives that are assigned them. So you take, for instance, a typical bureaucratic organization has departments such as marketing, personnel, or human resource, recruitment, procurement, all of that. Different departments performing different functions. And under these functional areas, we have individuals further performing individual functions that they specialize in. So we want to say, establish also that bureaucratic organizations are organizations that work by specialization. Also, it is important to inform that bureaucratic organizations are very impartial in nature, meaning that rules and regulations apply to all irrespective of the status of an individual in the organization. Simply what this means is that if rules have been established, everyone in the organization is expected to adhere to such rules, irrespective of whether they are subordinates or superiors. The fourth feature of bureaucracy that I want us to discuss today is that promotions, or it is merit based, promotions are based on merit. So that if you work in a bureaucratic organization, you do not get promoted because you are tall or you are Igbo or you are Ghanaian or you are Akan or Frafra. You are promoted based on qualification and period of work, which are already outlined in the code of that organization. Having outlined a number of these features, it is important to look at some of the advantages of bureaucratic organizations. Number one, bureaucratic organizations, by virtue of the fact that they are organizations that take into consideration specialization, that is, specialized individuals, people who have specialized skills working in the organization by virtue of division of labor, it brings about efficiency. This is because when one does a given job over and over again, he becomes an expert in it and it inures to the benefit of the organization, thus bringing about efficiency. It is further to be noted that because bureaucratic organizations are hierarchical in nature, one attribute or advantage of bureaucratic organizations is that there is order because everyone knows who to report to and who assigns jobs and responsibilities to him or her. So bureaucratic organizations bring about order. It is further to be established that bureaucratic organizations bring about fairness, because if promotions are based on merit, then there wouldn't be such issues as one is promoted because he belongs to one ethnic or religious group. No. The conditions for promotions are clearly outlined and everyone adheres to such. It is important then to look at some of the disadvantages of bureaucracy. By virtue of the fact that bureaucratic organizations, ladies and gentlemen, are organizations that people work in accordance with specialization, because they work on theirs. They can be doing one given job over and over again. Although we have established that that brings about efficiency, it also stifles initiatives. So take for instance, I've been recruited and I've been lecturing public administration all of the days of my university life here. So question is, I do not venture into other areas. That means my initiative is being stifled. So you can apply it to a typical bureaucratic work environment where someone is employed as a typist. All she does is typing throughout her life and does not do anything that is related to accounts, finance, or some other thing. Perhaps the person may have inbuilt strengths in these areas, but because she has to work in a specialized manner, that is what will happen. I would leave you here, and all other additional notes are on the course outline and the uploaded versions of the notes that I have sent to you. Thank you, and I'll meet you in class next week. My name is Fred Akafari Awa.